begin your presentation?
Ja.
Oké, goed idee.
As you can see, turmeric. It's used in worshipping. So this is there are snake temples specifically for snakes, and that is how they worship, by pouring milk. I know. I know that expression. Yeah, it's quite dangerous. But then, while they are worshipping, the poison is taken out, so it is safe. But then that's how they worship, on a plate, and they pour milk and they worship.
Does the snake like it?
Snakes drink milk. Yeah, they love. Besides all the other rodents, they love milk.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So this is Shiva, the great, god of India. Maybe the next slide. Next.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So this is Shiva, and he always has a snake wrapped around his neck. Well, I don't want to go in depth because we don't have time to go too much in detail. But Shiva is a symbol for bestower of self-awareness, self-realization. And snake is seen as an adornment because snake represents ego.
Oh.
That it doesn't belong to our body. It is an illusion that we all have. Snake represents as ego, and that's the reason why he dons it as an adornment, as an ornament. So, again, snake represents duality. So it is poisonous. At the same time, correct me if I'm wrong, so poison can also be used as a medicine. So it has duality in nature. So snake is awareness of ego. So when we are aware of our own weakness, it can go in two directions. We can be completely submerged in our weakness and go into depression, or we can use that awareness towards enlightenment. See our weakness as a direction towards where we have to work and seek for enlightenment, or we can wallow, get into depression, and destroy ourselves. The choice is ours. So it is called Vasuki, the snake. We all need to have this, awareness of ego. For churning, that is prerequisite for self-awareness, self-realization, in order for enlightenment. And Shiva is the kind. So people who worship Shiva is also worshipping. Shiva literally means Shiva, means that which is not. And whatever is happening in which is not. And he wraps around the snake as an ornament because he is giving out the awareness, and the choice is ours. Shiva's duty is to bring awareness. What we do with the awareness, the choice is ours. So that's where the free will comes. So that's about it, and it also represents the karmic baggage. So in India we also believe in karma. Karma is all the things that we have done in the past. We actually bring along in this life, and if we don't work it out, if we don't work on our weakness, if we don't heal our wounds, if we don't recognize and heal our wounds, the cycle continues. We're going to get birth again, and the same thing. we come across are the same weakness. If we don't heal, again the next birth, again. So the cycle continues. If we need to break the cycle and attain nirvana, awareness is important. That's where the snake comes in. So the choice is ours. Shiva only puts mirror to your face. You want to look away or you want to face it. It's us. So this is the energy of awareness. So the next. So here, it is just a representation, obviously. The snake is a feminine energy that is coiled up in us. So we have 7 energy centers, which is represented as chakras. So the first one is the root chakra, the sacral, the solar plexus, heart, throat, Agna, and the crown chakra. So here, the translation is Kundalini Shakti is the serpent power. Snake has energy. I mean, it's coiled. It is a dormant energy, which we all need to wake up and attain enlightenment. That is what we in India believe. So it is all based in, and so sometimes this energy gets disturbed, which is not in harmony, and people with, for example, in root chakra, if it is blocked, they tend to worry about their own basic necessities like food, shelter. They're constantly worried. And again, in the sacral chakra, if that is blocked, if that energy center is blocked, the person becomes too sensitive. And the solar plexus, if that is blocked, they are not aware of their strength and weakness. They're always confused. Sometimes they use the strength as weakness and weakness as their strength. And the heart chakra is when they're not receptive to love. And the throat is when the communication is blocked. It's all reductive, but I'm just explaining because of the time constraint. And the third eye, that is the Agna chakra, it is the intuitive, the intuition, the eternal knowing. Sometimes we ignore our intuition, the inner voice that we all say, intuition or the inner voice. We all have inner voice, and sometimes we choose not to listen to it. Sometimes we block it. And the third one is the crown chakra. That's when it gets opened. That's the enlightenment. So basically, why I'm saying all these things is it is represented as a coiled, very energetic snake, represented by snake, and as I said, one is in the upward movement and there is a downward movement. So sometimes when there is strong liberating upward movement, people work a lot, but then whatever they do, they don't see their fruition, they don't see the fruits. But some people, they see the fruits, they have success, they can attain whatever they want, but then they're not satisfied. They're always eternally dissatisfied or depressed, even though they have everything, all the wealth, fame, popularity, everything, but then they are depressed. So that is because of imbalance in their energy. So in order to balance this energy, they meditate. Because there's something called Kundalini meditation in order to wake up this, the Kundalini energy, the feminine energy, the snake energy, so that it rises up. Rather than it is dormant, it rises up equally, not get stuck anywhere. So again, yeah.
No, you will.
Yeah, that's it.
No, but if you want
No,
to add.
that's fine. Yeah. So this is my story, a short story that I wrote. Okay, so once upon a time there was a wealthy farmer who was jealous of his neighbor. So he was really very threatened by his progress. He was very hardworking, the neighbor, and he didn't wanted him to progress. So this wealthy farmer, once when he was passing by the forest, he sees a snake sleeping under the shade of a tree. So he asks the snake, "Hey, listen, can you do me a favor? Can you just come home? I'll give you whatever you want, a pot of gold. I want you to kill my neighbor. Can you do that?" So the snake, obviously, tempted by the gold, the offer of the pot of gold, he says, "Okay, sure, I'll come to your house and yeah, I can kill your neighbor, no problem." So when the snake comes to the wealthy farmer's house, the snake sees all the chicken and poultry and all the animals, the wealth of the farmer. It forgets. It forgets it forgets its purpose. So instead of killing the neighbor and getting just a pot of gold, why not have everything that the wealthy farmer has, all the poultry and the chicken and everything? So at night, when the farmer goes to sleep, the snake calls all its family and they have a feast. And the next morning, the wealthy farmer sees his neighbor, his hardworking neighbor, still, working in his fields, very happily enjoying. And the farmer is surprised. He was supposed to be dead. The snake was supposed to kill this farmer. Why isn't? And then when he goes and sees his farm, he sees all his poultry, all the animals dead. So the snake had eaten up all the chicken. So basically it backfired. And yeah, and so basically the wealthy farmer, he loses all his wealth, driven by his greed. So what do you think the moral of this story is?
Yes. Wie een ander kwaad toewenst, straft zichzelf.
Ja, dacht ik wel.
Yeah.
Was er wie een kuil graaft voor een ander van mezelf is.
One should value the snake because it's
Yes.
also about the snake is causing this for a reason. So if you don't value the snake and you do your Kundalini meditation and so, then these things happen.
My input is, yeah, he should have first of all, yes, as Franco says, you should never dig the hole for anybody. You might risk falling. And the second thing is, you cannot trust a false friend, a poisonous friend, a snake. They can hurt you. If you're using a toxic friend then they might harm you.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so
Thank
that was
you.
it.
Thank you.